In recent developments, a U.S. Navy warship successfully intercepted 3 land attack cruise missiles and several drones launched from Yemen towards an unspecified target in the direction of Israel. These actions are part of a series of escalations and attacks on U.S. forces in the region amid the ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict. Pentagon spokesperson Brig General Pat Ryder confirmed that the guided missile destroyer USS Carney, operating in the northern Red Sea, shot down the incoming missiles and drones. While the exact targets of these projectiles remain uncertain, they were launched north along the Red Sea, raising concerns about potential threats to Israel. The details regarding the interception of the drones were not disclosed. Moreover, U.S. military bases in Iraq and Syria also faced drone attacks, as reported by the Pentagon. 2 drones targeted the garrison in Syria, with one being successfully neutralized and the other impacting the base, causing minor injuries to coalition forces. In Iraq, early warning systems detected a possible threat approaching the Al-Assad air base, leading to base personnel seeking shelter as a protective measure. Although no attack occurred, a U.S. civilian contractor unfortunately suffered a heart attack and passed away while sheltering. The decision to intercept the missiles and drones was based on their flight profiles, with the perceived potential threat prompting the action. It remains unclear whether these intercepts were authorized by Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. These events come in the context of heightened tensions in the region due to the Israel-Hamas conflict, leading to the deployment of additional U.S. military assets to deter other parties, notably Hezbollah and Iran, from entering the fray. The U.S. military presence in the area, including the USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier and other ships, has been aimed at containing the conflict rather than conducting offensive operations against Hamas or the Gaza Strip. Pentagon spokesperson Brig General Pat Ryder emphasized the importance of deterrence to prevent the situation from escalating into a broader regional conflict. Concurrently, the State Department has advised U.S. citizens to leave Lebanon due to a surge in protests and violence, which has been exacerbated by recent events such as the bombing of a Gaza hospital, further stoking tensions in the region. In other not-so-surprising news, Donald Trump has echoed sentiment shared by what seems like most people that Joe Biden is not helping the global conflict situation and is instead making it worse. In a recent statement, former U.S. President Donald Trump has voiced concerns that the United States is being led into the precipice of a new global conflict under President Joe Biden's leadership, attributing it to what he calls gross incompetence on the part of the current administration. Trump, the 45th President of the United States, took to the right-wing social media platform Truth Social to express his views, suggesting that the nation is on a path towards World War III due to what he perceives as woefully inadequate leadership. In his message, he stated, "We are heading to World War III because of grossly incompetent leadership, headed by a president that doesn't have a clue." In a somewhat ironic twist, Trump took a moment to acknowledge President Biden's presence on Truth Social, the platform he founded after being banned from major social media networks, including Facebook and Twitter, now known as X, in the aftermath of the 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol in Washington. In a lighthearted tone, Trump congratulated Biden on his participation in Truth Social, stating, "Congratulations, Joe, at least on that." Notably, the Biden presidential campaign opened an account on Truth Social under the name Biden-Harris HQ, featuring a banner image reading, "Malarkey ends here." The move was described by the president's team as a mostly humorous endeavor. Donald Trump, who is widely considered the frontrunner for the Republican nomination in the 2024 presidential election, has consistently criticized President Biden's foreign policy decisions, with a particular focus on Ukraine. Trump has issued warnings about arms shipments to Kiev, potentially serving as a catalyst for a global conflict. Earlier this year, the former U.S. president went further, asserting that if he were in office, the Russia-Ukraine conflict would have never occurred. He also claimed the ability to negotiate a swift end to the conflict, which he described as horrible and rapidly escalating within just 24 hours. In response to these remarks, Kremlin Press Secretary Dmitry Peskov acknowledged that Trump's statements were not entirely devoid of merit, suggesting that the U.S., as a crucial supporter of Kiev, could have acted promptly to bring the Ukraine crisis to a resolution.